Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Pallavi Joshi. I'm the speaker for today's evening. We'll start at 6:30. We'll just wait for a couple of people to join in. And thank you for your patience. I hope what we discussed today comes to use for all of you. Hello, once again. As I mentioned, this is Pallavi Joshi here, and our topic for today is going to be why people with autism have certain obsessions and how is it that we can use these obsessions to help them. Um, Anyone who has met an individual with autism is typically aware of their one trait, which is that they always have a particular interest or something that a routine that they always like to follow. And sometimes we as individuals do not understand why. Some people might call these interests and likings as obsessions. Some people might call it stubbornness. But let me tell you one thing. Let's not call these likings and interests as obsessions, because obsessions typically is described as a behavior which one does out of compulsion and something which is uncontrollable, which could lead to distress to that individual. However, over here, the interests or the likings that are used by the individuals with autism do not distress them, but give them comfort. It is something which grounds them. It is something which, helps them when they have a sensory overload, right? So in a very positive connotation, let's look at these more as their likings and their interests rather than, something that they are obsessed with. Like I'll give you an example. I'm sure a lot of you all must have seen the movie My Name is Khan, where Shah Rukh Khan play the character of an individual with Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's syndrome falls under the umbrella of autism spectrum. And I don't know if you'll remember, there were these three pebbles, these three black pebbles, which he continuously had with him in his hand and would use them. So these pebbles, which he would use, gave him a lot of grounding, especially in the times when, things were not going his way, or things were different, things changed, or he did not know what to express and how to express. These three pebbles helped him to calm, right? So to just sum up why these interests can be useful for them, it's that they give them structure, they give them order, they help them relax, they help them feel the sameness about things. Also, one very crucial thing about these interests is that it can also be used as a way of a conversation starter, typically because we are aware that individuals with autism find it difficult to communicate in an interpersonal space, right? So this can also work as their conversation starter, where they can talk about their liking to somebody, and that's where they can start a basic conversation with somebody. We all know that these interests for a lot of our individuals with autism are highly focused interests, and they start developing them at a very young age. It could be varied. It could be something that you and I might not even think of as an interest. It could be something related to art, something related to music, even leaves for that matter, or mountains for that matter. So we as caregivers, as educators, or even parents and siblings of individuals with autism should support them in their interests and their likings. And how can we do that is by we trying to train them to use these as conversation starters and talk to them about that. I do understand a lot of individuals would probably have limited speech, and probably some of them could also be nonverbal. They might not interact with you on that particular topic, but you can always talk to them about that, which invariably increases their knowledge. I'll give you a very basic example. I was working with this kid who was on the spectrum, and he was very fascinated by things which were small, like small toys, small figurines, even like a pasta shell, something which was very tiny. So how did we start using this interest of his and take it ahead? Which now benefited him is one, of course, we spoke to him about how these small things are dangerous and you are not supposed to put it in your mouth or in your nose. However, moving ahead, we started using these small things to create tiny stories, right? So he also was with limited speech. So he, of course, could not express it verbally. However, we trained him into writing, we trained him into typing it. And now, after a couple of years, he does write short stories for his school magazine. Of course, it was over a period of time. There was a process that was followed, there was training, and there was consistency in that. But all I'm trying to say is that you can develop their interests into something that they can use for later on in their studies, in paid work, in volunteering. Another example that I would like to give you is that I had another person that I interacted with was very fascinated with mountains and very fascinated with different kind of trees. So what we started doing with him is that we started taking him for small nature walks and small treks. And now he is using this skill to actually go for treks and inclusive treks with regular people. And that also helped him develop a new hobby, which was trekking, right? So it takes a little bit of effort. It takes a little bit of consistency. It takes a little bit of understanding and, moving how we can use different methods to take their interests as and mold them into something which can be used more beneficially to them. Right? So to just kind of tell everything at once, the pursuit of these interests is typically something that, can lead to a lot of sense of belongingness. It can lead to well-being. It can lead to channelizing these interests into, as I said, volunteering, hobbies, some kind of occupation that they can, use that and take it ahead. Also, I was reading an article which I would like to quote, and this was said by an individual with autism itself, that I'm going to read this out for you all, that my mind was constantly whirring with thoughts. Like when I am sitting alone, it's constantly whirring with thoughts, worries, and concerns. The time that I spend with my interest was the only time in which I had a clear mind. It gave me a much sought after relaxation. Right. So this is something that I think we all need to understand, accept, and, take this ahead. So I hope, I believe that this short talk about obsession is something which has been helpful, and it also makes us and other people understand that let's not term this as obsession, let's term this as something which is a liking, which is an interest, which we all have. We all have certain likings and certain interests, something that we are more comfortable in doing, and something that gives us also a sense of relaxation, a sense of calmness. It's just the same thing, right? So I hope this was helpful, and we will, the next, I think on the 15th of September, we will be coming up with another talk based on similar lines, which is related to hobbies and obsessions itself, and how can we align both of them together. All right, so thank you very much for joining in, and we hope to connect soon. Thank you.